everybody. It's me, Mystic Jake, speaking in with my guests, Checking Conviction and Nosy Wren. How are you guys today?
Yeah, laughing at your little video. As I remember watching you roll down the hill. I also remember when you fell down the hill.
I didn't fall down the hill. I rolled down the hill both times.
Did oh,
Hello, hello. Sorry, I was
okay.
muted saying hi.
Next time, I'm pushing you down the hill.
Don't do that. I will fucking roll fast and I'll be like a bowling ball if anybody's in the way.
Ooh, so we get to line people up and use you as a bowling ball?
Holy hell. Oh, yeah. It'd be like getting hit with a 300-ton bolt. One of those things that crush
Hey, Dark
buildings.
Side.
Hi, Dark Side. Hi, Sherry Lynn, TTM
Susan.
Fangirl, Carrie Ann, Calf. Good to see you guys. And Inexplicable Susan. Who else is here? I saw yours earlier, and Ripper Jack. Hey, guys.
Rip Hard Jack.
Yeah. Today I'm going to talk about a different case. Before there was Ma'am. There
Oh, we
was...
love you, Ripper.
Why? I think we make a great team. You shush. Anyway.
We will never be separated.
That's right.
Maybe we should get you on the show.
Stop.
Stop. All right. I'm never going to get this show started. See, I get really nervous. So I just kind of like want to get to the presentation part of it.
There's Wink. Hello.
There he is. All right. So today I want to talk about a man named Ernie Christie, who was a local in Humboldt County. I don't know if all of you have seen Murder Mountain, which is about the area of Humboldt County and the drug trade and the missing people up there. Before there was Ma'am, I did missing people and unidentified people on Websleuths, and the first case I ever commented on over there was a woman named Jennifer Jade Wilmer, missing since September of 1993. And while looking into her case, you come across all the missing people up in Humboldt County, California. And I came across a guy who was accused of murdering a woman, but he has already passed away. So they believe he murdered this woman, and but nothing will ever happen to him. And I find him an interesting person. There's a couple other stories about him. He also has a missing wife. So I'm going to pull up my little spreadsheet here, and I'm going to rely on my good friend Nosy Wren and Checking Convictions to keep me in the loop of what's going on in chat, because I can't see anything when I open the PowerPoint.
Okay, can y'all hear that though in my background? Cause
What is that? Is that like a lawnmower?
I got construction people everywhere, dude.
It's not too bad. We hear you a lot louder than that. It just sounds like a little rumble in the background.
Okay. Well, minus the plane too.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, is that a plane? Because it got louder.
Hold on, I'm sure the truth train's coming through in about 2 minutes. I'm gonna mute.
All right. Well, you guys don't kick yourselves out this time. Let me open my my thing here. Let's see. Come on. What happened? Why aren't you working? Let me put it in here. Oh crap. Where am I? I guess I gotta pop it into the stream first, like that. Okay. So this is Ernie Christie. He has a missing wife from 1977. She was not in the database for the National Persons of Missing People. This is something I like to give myself a little credit for, as me and a couple of other Websleuths helped the process of getting her into that database. There's probably reasons she wasn't put in there, which we'll discuss, but he has had a convicted of jailed for a drive-by shooting into dwellings between 1978 and 1982. He did time. He had a marriage and has been divorced. Imprisoned a woman named Peppermint Patty. He murdered Lasandra Turpin. He died in March 2006. And then his son came forward 4 years later to talk about Lasandra Turpin. This can all be seen on a show called On the Case with Paul Lazan. And you can find that on ID, and it's called Sins of a Father is the episode, and it talks about Sam Christie and his father Ernest. This is his wife, Claire Christie, the first wife, who is missing since March of 1977. A picture of the boat here at the bottom, and her. I will read these two articles, but I'm going to make them a little bigger so I can read them. So let's read these. This is March 31st, 1977. Search continues for missing women. The Coast Guard said today it will continue its search for a woman reported missing after the fishing vessel she was on capsized and sank Wednesday noon near the entrance of Humboldt Bay. 3 Humboldt County Sheriff's Marine Posse divers will expire a site 2 miles south of the jetty at about noon today. According to Petty Officer Red Fuller, is that Red or Rod? He reported that a Coast Guard 44-foot rescue boat latched onto something substantial 81 feet below the surface on that spot, or at that spot, while conducting a search Wednesday. Heavy seas made it dangerous for divers to descend this morning, Fuller said. Coast Guard spokesman Don Morris said Wednesday night that the vessel El Dorado collided with the Fame L, the boat on which the missing woman and her husband were fishing. The Fame L's capsizing was reported to the Coast Guard stationed by Eureka fishing boat Dawn, which reportedly observed the hull of the Fame L drifting south. 2 Coast Guard boats were dispatched to the scene, and seamen pulled the woman's husband from the water. According to a Coast Guard spokesman, one diver searched 90%. Come on.
I'm sorry.
Okay. According to Coast Guard, I'm gonna get her. You stop with the seamen, or I'm gonna put you on a boat. According to a Coast Guard spokesman, one diver searched 90% of the Fame L and did not find the woman. The only section not searched was the boat's engine room, he said, indicating that it was not likely that she would be inside. Earlier reports that the woman was wearing a life preserver were unsubstantiated. Petty Officer Fuller said that though he did not deny that she might have been wearing one. Fuller also noted that the cause of the capsizing remains under investigation. He pointed out that the seas were heavy at the time of the accident, with waves ranging from 10 to 20 feet. The 35-foot crabber reportedly sank after about 2 hours. Jeeps from the sheriff's posse will assist in the search for the woman, checking beaches for signs of a body. The woman's name, as well as those of her husband and El Dorado crew members, have not been revealed. The El Dorado continued out to set after the collision, possibly to avoid the rough seas at the bar, a spokesman said. The vessel returned to the Humboldt Bay, its home port, several hours after the alleged collision. So this is the 31st of March. And by the 1st, they are search for missing woman is suspended. The search for the woman missing, does that say something Wednesday after the fishing boat she was on capsized and sank, was suspended at 1:15 p.m. Thursday. The Coast Guard reported today. She is missing and presumed drowned. A Coast Guard spokesman said the woman was identified as Claire Christie, 25, the wife of Ernest Samual Christie Jr., who was rescued at the scene. Humboldt County Sheriff's Marine Posse divers failed Thursday to find the wreckage of the sunken boat, the Fame L, which capsized after colliding with another Eureka crabber, the El Dorado, near the Humboldt Bay opening. A spokesman for the Coast Guard, captain of the port, the unit investigating the accident, said that it has been determined that the El Dorado touched the female, he added. However, that it is not known if the contact between the two boats caused the female to capsize. The seas were reported to be very rough at the time of the accident. The case remains under investigation, this spokesman said. So they basically looked for her for a day. They said they searched the boat for, what was it? 90% of the boat was searched except the engine room, but they didn't believe she could be in there. So after this incident, he goes on to get convicted of a crime. His son, who was 5 years old at the time of the incident, goes to live with grandparents, and he goes to jail. And when he gets out, he marries a woman, and her name was Nina W. He married her in Reno in 1982, and by 1983, they were divorced in Humboldt County. It was said by the son that she was beaten by Ernie and she pressed charges. He had faced a jury trial and found not guilty. Story goes he had as many as 13 trials and was only found guilty of the drive-by shooting into the neighborhood houses and cars. He served time for this between 1978 and 1982 or so. So that's his ex-wife, who it was said that he beat her pretty badly.
Wow.
Let's move on to, this is another one of his victims. They called her Peppermint Patty. I do not know her last name. She was beaten and held captive in a hollowed out redwood tree for several weeks on Ernie's property in the mid-'80s before being released. She is said to lived out her days in fear of him and didn't leave her house very much. I did put a picture of the tree. There they are sawing it open, and the tree when they entered it inside. If you watch the show On the Case with Paul Lasandra, you'll see more pictures of like inside. There was like a jug for water. There were there were needles. I believe she was on drugs, so he was still giving her drugs while she healed inside this tree. He didn't want to release her because until she had healed some, right? Like because she was beaten pretty bad, so he didn't want to get caught for beating someone. So he did let this woman go eventually. But this woman, Lasandra Sandy Turpin, she was reported missing in April 1988, 11 years after his wife went missing. Body was recovered in 2010. Reportedly, she was tied to a chair, held hostage for weeks, beaten and bludgeoned to death. Burned within a ditch in some woods near Ernest Christie's property in Humboldt County, California. Sam Christie, son of Ernie, came forward with this story in 2010, about 4 years after Ernie Christie Jr. died. And he died in 2006. Sam admitted to helping his father. He was in fear of his own safety, and no charges were ever brought against the son, Sam. So here you have a man that's actually admitting to helping his dad at the age of 16, 17 years old as a minor in fear of his father, came forward, and they did not press charges on this person as being party of the crime. It kind of reminds me of what they were kind of trying to do with Brendan. If you remember, they were kind of trying to get him to say that Stephen did stuff to him, that he was in fear of Stephen.
Yeah.
I don't know if you kind of remember that. But even after her burning, even after she was laying out in the woods in a ditch for 22 years, they still found evidence of her clothing. They found her teeth. They found bones, a lot more bones than what we see in some of the other cases we follow.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's crazy.
And they were, yeah. Wow.
So let's move on.
This guy's an animal.
With Ernie Christie's history, I asked, should he be looked at as a person of interest in other missing and unsolved cases in the area? He lived on an 80-acre property nestled in the redwoods of Humboldt County, California, a known place where he kept women captive, abused them, and sometimes ended with death. So there's several women missing in in California, in Humboldt County, California. And one of them is Karen Mitchell, missing 11/25/1997 from Eureka, California, which is in Humboldt County. And Karen, if you guys have seen The Jinx and know who Robert Durst is, there is this small picture here of a man. It's a sketch that she was last seen with. I will read, I believe this is from the Charlie's Project or the Doe Network. Karen was last seen walking towards West Sonoma Street shortly afterwards. She has I cut some of that off, it seems. She has never been heard from again. A witness stated that Karen may have entered an unidentified light blue four-door 1976 to 1978 sedan, which was possibly a Ford Granada or a Mercury Monarch or a Nissan. The vehicle had California plates and Eureka imprinted on the rear plate's frame. The driver of the car is described as a Caucasian male, approximately 60 to 70 years old, with balding light gray or sandy blonde hair. The unidentified man had green or gray eyes and a large-sized nose that appeared to have been previously broken. He had a small build and wore glasses. The driver was wearing a long-sleeve button-down light blue shirt. Pretty descriptive description for seeing her being picked up in a car. But the man, to me, resembles Ernie Christie, does he not? Could Ernest Christie?
Yeah. I mean, I laughed at the nose on this guy and the way his mouth is and stuff. But if you look at him to the, well, it would be the left, or it would be the right. Nope, the left. The one that's really faded with the blue. It does really look like him. It does.
Yeah.
And he is wearing a button-up shirt. It's not blue in that one picture, but he is wearing a button-up flannel.
That looks like him.
The peak on his forehead, the glasses, the blue
photo
eyes.
on the left. Yeah,
he had sandy blonde or gray hair. I don't know what kind of car he was driving. I was trying to figure out if I could find out. I know that his son does a TikTok. I should put that in the description if I can remember the name. He talks about his dad and the incidences that he had seen, which would have been Peppermint Patty, Lassandra.
Well, Calf wants to know if he was ever in Manitowoc.
No, not that I know of, no.
Okay.
I did a pretty extensive history on this guy, too, and so I never found any family in Manitowoc. But his family is a well-known family in Humboldt County. They seem to dismiss a lot of his criminal activity.
Yeah, it sounds like another Gregory Allen, right?
When you look into the sheriff's department, it looks like a lot of nepotism going on there with the officers and being related to families and you know, this is the first county I looked at that I said, man, this place is corrupt.
Yeah.
So this is almost done. I'm just going to go through some, here's the Karen Mitchell missing poster from the...
And these people are not found yet still?
Website. She is not found. She is still missing. They think that maybe Robert Durst might have had something to do with her missing, but I kind of think it might have had something to do with Ernie Christie.
Yeah, sounds more like Christie. Durst was his own people.
Yeah, he seemed a little more...
he was selective. He killed his best friend and his wife and his partner.
His buddy, yeah.
Yep.
So there's several missing people from that area. I threw in Trinity County as well because Jennifer Wilmer was technically missing from that area or living in that area when she went missing. But she had just moved from Eureka in Humboldt County into this very rural area where there's farms and stuff. So I'll talk about her one day because she was kind of my first case. But as you can see, there's many people missing.
Yeah.
While he was alive up until 2003, and for his death in 2006. So.
Well, where did he die? In prison or out?
No, he was not in prison. He only went to jail for that one time in the late 70s, early 80s for shooting up his gun driving by. He was like an original drive-by shooter, right? Like he was out there driving by and shooting at houses.
I'm confused. Why didn't they get him on that woman in the log then? Or,
She never came forward
Oh,
because
okay.
she did, but she was a known drug addict or something.
Oh,
So
so
people
they
didn't really
wouldn't
believe
believe
her.
her, like, yeah.
Right. So she never
And that could not
pressed
matter.
charges, and then Lassandra wasn't found out about until 4 years after he had been already died. So you
Yeah.
can't press charges on a dead man, right?
Yeah.
But you can still look into the dead man's actions while he was alive and maybe find other missing dead women in the area that maybe he had something to do with, because he had this huge acreage in Humboldt County
Yeah.
surrounded by redwood forests, and he did a logging company illegally, if I remember right. I'll have to
Oh,
go
he could
back
have
and pull
chopped
that
up
paper.
bodies all day long.
And
right?
he could have put bodies out in the woods at any time. So maybe they should look into his logging company,
Yeah.
and maybe where he was caught doing illegal logging back in the day, and maybe they'll find some other bodies.
Well,
He
he
doesn't
could
seem
have
like
chopped
a
him up,
one
right?
man. He doesn't look like a one-man person. I mean, obviously he's got a missing wife, a woman who was kept in a redwood tree against her will for
Yeah.
weeks until she was healed, and a dead woman that he is now linked to killing after beating and abusing her and supplying her with drugs and everything else for some time.
And
So,
back then, it was so much easier to get away with it.
Yeah, and couldn't
and
he have
that's
just
such a
chopped
big
her up?
area. It's such a
Oh.
big area. You could put her, like, I don't even believe his wife was necessarily on that boat. Like, maybe she was not on the boat, and the boat capsizing was a plan so that she
Yeah.
could be missing, so nobody's looking for her where she really is, in a hollowed out redwood tree by his
Yeah.
house.
No
You just
kidding.
don't know. So I was concerned about her never being on the missing people's list where they get DNA, and if they have unidentified bodies, they can test these bodies now to clear. So that was something that I was glad to see. Her son did help with that. He did come to the Websleuths page that the thread we were on, and he did mention that he had contacted them, gave DNA and gave pictures. So they have pictures, height, weight. Like, I didn't know a lot of that stuff, right? I'm just some average person reading an article and seeing that she's not on anything. She's not even on the California missing persons. The only place I ever found her before she was on NamUs was a memorial stone that they have at the Humboldt Bay with people who are lost at sea. But even some of those people were on this NamUs. So her body could have washed up anywhere. And so, yeah, now they can test for that stuff. So I'm glad that that's something that can be done now. Maybe one day they will find this woman.
Yeah, I hope
but
so.
there's just so many women, and look at these women. Don't they look similar, a lot of them, other than this older one maybe at the end? But these younger women that have been missing since 88, 91, 93, 95, 96, 97, 98, 2001, they all have a similar look, in my opinion, like young, dark-haired women, except for this one on the end. But by 2003, he was a much older man. So I put her on there just because she's missing before he passed away. So I don't know. I think that Humboldt County Sheriff's Department needs to step up and start looking for some of these missing women and they need to start looking into some of these people who could have been suspects, such as not just Robert Durst, but Ernie Christie, who was a long-time local, lived there his whole life. So that's my presentation for today.
That's really good. You got me interested. I want to go back and watch it again.
Here is Ernie Christie with the picture to the Rob Durst that they had in the Charlie Project with him. What do you think? Robert Durst or Ernie
not
Christie?
Rob. Christie.
Yeah, Christie for sure. And I posted the link that you can possibly watch the episode in the chat.
Oh,
so.
yeah. I have links. They are in the chat for Paula. There's another one, too, called Very Bad Men. Here's all the links and sources. Let me close this out. There is a show called Very Bad Men, also on ID. I think it's the Investigation Discovery Channel. You might be able to see that one on Amazon with a pay per, what is it?
Pay-per-view?
Discovery or whatever. You have to pay for
I don't
Discovery.
pay for no Amazon.
Well, if you have Discovery, then you don't need it. And if you don't, you might want to try, it's called Very Bad Men. They talk about this case within that. I'm not sure which episode it is, but there's a series called Very Bad Men, and he is a featured.
Well, I thought it was very interesting. Thank you. I mean, I'm
So
going
do
to
we
go
have any
back and watch that.
comments or questions or anything from anybody?
The last comments I saw was just basically everyone agreeing. Susan she just watched the episode, I think she said yesterday.
Oh, did she? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The Very Bad Men or
the Paul is on.
Okay.
Yep, and I agree, Jeff Jones, the composite super cartoonish.
Yeah, who did that? But maybe it has to do with Humboldt County.
Yeah.
Oh, she says, looks like Durst's left ear was identical to the sketch. I will have to, I put it down, so I will have to go back and look for that.
That's interesting.
I gotta find it. Can you pop it up again? Let's find Durst. Can you guys see that still?
Let me go back. Yeah.
Oh yeah, with that little pointy. Is that what you're talking about? The little pointies, kind of how he has a little point.
Can you zoom in a little?
This is as big as it'll go, I think.
Okay. I see the ears. Yeah, I do see that.
But I kind of see what you mean.
Durst could have been wearing glasses. He did.
He does wear glasses. He did, at least in his
Durst
trial.
went after his close people. He didn't go after strangers.
But that nose is not his.
No, that's more that other guy's.
Mm-hmm.
Durst
Karen was only 17 at the time, by the way. So
yeah,
for him to have a relationship with her would be probably beyond belief.
Yeah.
If he was just visiting the area at one time, because he did travel around Durst, right? Like he was in Texas, he was in
but he wasn't
New York,
a traveling serial killer. He was a traveling serial friend killer, wife killer.
His murder victims are more closer to him. Like they do say that murder usually happens by somebody you know. So
yeah.
Is it possible that she even knew Ernie Christie, or was Ernie Christie just a local crazy?
I think
it was said he picked up hitchhikers at times. And in the show,
he was just a nutcase, Jinx. I think
he picked up people and pointed guns at them and told them that he was a hitman for somebody. So you never know. I mean, even some of the missing men in the area may be at the hands of Ernest Christie too. I mean, that's a possibility as well, I would think.
Yeah. I mean, if he was getting away with things, kind of like, Gregory wasn't getting away with it, but he was, Gregory Allen, but he was still doing a lot of things.
Right.
So, and there were charges he didn't get charged with, people are making claims with too. So I don't know. It just goes to show there's a lot of lapse in the police departments.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, this county definitely needs an overhaul. If you ever watched the Murder Mountain series,
yes, I did.
County,
I did.
You see that they have like certain laws where they don't go into certain farms and stuff like that, because it was a very big growing town.
Murder Mountain, Mountain, right? You're talking about that Murder Mountain?
Yes, Murder
Mountain.
That
was honestly, God, that was. As well. It was something I didn't want to watch, and then when I watched it, I was really into it. So I really think if you guys have not seen that, you need to watch it.
Good James Calf thinks maybe it's Durst. Maybe it looks more like Durst rather than Christie.
Well,
I don't know. It's a possibility. They should be looking.
They're both dead now anyway.
They're both dead. But it still wouldn't hurt looking to where they spent their time living. Yeah, what's going on with all that crunching over there?
First, she's getting out of her car.
Is Yoris still in the chat? Should I announce the name of this thing or no? Yoris.
Where's Yoris?
Do it.
Should I announce it, Yoris?
Wait till where's Yoris?
I'm waiting for him to answer, unless he passed out or left, and he's like he just snuck in to say hi to make it look like he was here, and then went off and did.
Yeah, everybody makes an appearance and goes like Ripper. Bye, Ripper.
Oh, did Ripper leave me already? Aww. Go for it. All right, so I know I've mentioned this a few times on a couple lives, a couple places. I would like to see another marathon for the MAM community, such as they did with Mamathon and Keep Walking or Keep Talking Till They're Walking they did last year. I thought we should get some YouTubers together and do it again, and do it from like 24 to 48 hours, depending on how many people we can get to come and join me. So if you're interested, I have a new name for it. And the new name I have decided on is going to be Mamplified. Like you amplify it. So let's mamplify and get the word out and spread some more awareness to these cases of wrongful convictions. So I'm hoping that Jeff Jones, I'm hoping that I will have some of you contact me. I can be contacted at, you can leave me a comment in my community page or here on this show or any of my videos.
Hey, that'd be
If you're
great,
into
TTM.
sport,
Look at TTM.
what did
She does
say?
that, for things. So look at what she said.
I'm missing it. I make a logo and any graphics if you want. I started a logo. Do you guys want to see it? Do you want to see my little logo I made?
I love it. Well, it depends on what one you did, because I liked only one.
I'll show both is what I'll do.
Okay.
I gotta open them, so let me find them to open them real quick. Where did I put them? Put them somewhere. I know they're somewhere. Just give me a minute. I'll find them. Just give me a sec. Hey, where'd they go? They're not in here. I don't know where they are. You guys are all never mind. Okay, let's open this one, and let me open this other one.
Yes, absolutely. Yar.
So I believe I have a couple people already interested, like Jeff Jones, even though he has a very odd name for the Community United Marathon. I don't think we want to put that in initials, Jeff.
What does it mean?
Well, if we put it with just the initials, it is CUM, and I don't think you want to
Community United Marathon? Oh, you dirty boys, you dirty
I'm down.
boys.
I say we do it.
Everybody's got to turn it around and get in the gutter.
All right, let me close out some of these pages.
Barely enough room in here for me.
Where am I?
Hey, Alice.
Hi, Alice.
Hi, Alice. Where am I? I'm lost. There's too many pages open.
Scum, maybe, but not cum.
All right, so I have two that I like. And this will be the first one that I'll show you. And Linda likes the other one, so I'm going to close this stream.
Yeah, I like the first one. Nobody vote for the first one, please.
Nobody vote. Who said there's a vote? It's my decision. No, I'm just kidding. Let me see.
Oh, Nosy, get that face out of me. Like you're so serious.
If I could change it, I would, but I can't.
I know I like it. It sometimes throws me off.
No, that's not going to work. I got to try this again.
I'm just hungry.
All right, hold on.
You just got the munchies today, for real.
No, today's protein
Hi,
day.
smart duck.
Stay hungry.
You're a smart duck. You're not a whack-a-duck.
Stop.
Okay, I'll stop.
No, I meant the screen, not you guys. All right, so let me try this again. Share screen. I have issues sometimes. It doesn't want to pull up the screen I want to show.
Don't we all?
Yep.
Allow. So here's the first one.
Yeah, it's okay. Like it. Nah.
What do you guys think?
That's the one I like.
No, the other one's better.
I haven't seen another one.
Well, watch.
I think I dropped out. Hold on, where am I?
No, you're there.
My picture. I don't see the picture now.
I don't
Your picture's
either.
not there.
All right,
There it is.
That's
so
the
there's
first
this one or this one.
That one.
Oh, it's just the font. I like them both.
I like it because it's like amplified.
Sound
The
waves.
vibration.
Yeah, I like the
Or
vibration.
amplified. So what do you guys think? I mean,
And I got a thing on my movie maker that could make that move like that too.
Who
Like
is
it's
at my
amplified, like the speakers are. Boom, boom, coming
so
out.
Alice, you can come and join the Mamathon. I'm thinking like the weekend of May 13th, and we'll call it Mamplified, the Mamplified event.
Yep.
I'd like
The
you to
first
be part
annual
of it, too.
Amplified. Your host, Mystic Thinks.
Mystic Jinx.
Well, I was going to say the other one, but I forgot the jinx.
Show the other one again. All right, let me show the other one again.
I like this one, but
this one's more clear.
Yeah, but
I like that one.
I don't.
And then there's the sound waved one.
Yeah.
But I put sound waves kind of in the background of both.
Oh, I can kind of see them there a little bit. I guess it's not that bad. I mean,
Every-
whatever you pick.
Type a
not
one or
bad.
two in the chat for which one you like.
Get a hold of me on Twitter and a DM, and we'll talk.
Yeah. Hi, Paul. Nice to see
Paul.
you. Yeah.
So
that one or the other one? Or the
we'll
other
have
one
to
better.
vote on it when we get all the group together who's going to do it. So
yeah. It's
if
up
you're
to you,
interested, leave me a comment. Find me on find me on Twitter or at Mystic Jinx at Twitter. I'm on Discord. Foul Play. I'm in. If you know me on Facebook, I won't give you my name, but if you know me there, you can always reach me.
Yeah, both are good. There. I like them both, but the other one just seems more like amplified. But that's okay. Mamplified. You could make the middle of the colors. Marathon, you know what? You could make the middle of the letters a different color so they would stick out more.
Yeah, you can add. We could definitely do something like that.
Yeah, that would make it stick out more. But they're very nice. I like them. So, good ideas.
Yeah, let's pull together, get unified for an event. I think that'd be a great idea. Spread some awareness. I don't know. I know in other past marathons they've raised money for certain things. I'm not quite sure if that's something we'll do. I'm thinking if we do something like that, it will be for some charity. Yes, I said doo-doo. It was my turn to say doo-doo.
Like that thing that Jerry Beauty's got going on with the forensic science thing. I think that's really a good cause, and they do need money. They're only by donations, so
there's an option we can talk about it. You can send me some information on that because I don't know if I've seen that
Jeff
yet.
Jones knows more about it than I do. He's in contact with the person that is part of it.
Well, then you can hit me up with some information, Jeff, if you're still here.
Yeah, that'd be really a great cause if you ask me. Yeah, there it is. That's the name of it. CIFS.
Okay.
Center for
is that the one with the vacuuming
investigative forensic science, I think it is.
And they use that new DNA vacuum.
Yeah, they got they're for all correct, making sure that what they're doing, what DNA like this. Sherry Cohen couldn't get away with her bullshit because there'd be somebody overlooking what she fucking did.
Yes, that would be a good idea.
Yes,
that is a good thing.
Yep.
What did Calf say? She says it's just Turpin. A bigger gap between the MAM and the Plufied would be the first one. Yeah, I did not put that in this one. I did not put the dash. That would be better, I think, too.
Integrity and the forensic science. See, yes, I explained it right there, right? Yes. Right, Yoris? They would overlook to make sure that what they're doing is correct.
So it would be somebody to watch.
No Sherry Cohen bullshit.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So that would be good because we need that to get, innocent men and women out of prison.
Yes.
We need to have integrity on the forensics.
Yep.
So that would be a good one that we could talk about. Maybe people can choose their own charity that they prefer, kind of like Giving Tuesday.
Yep.
And they can do their own. You don't have to donate at all. I mean, I haven't quite figured everything out. I figure we have 6 weeks to pull this together. So anybody with any input would love to hear from you. And, I'd like to know what kind of hours you guys would like to do if you're willing to do a segment. What times would be good for you to do them, as we are all over the country and world. So that would kind of help fill in the time gaps. So just get a hold of me. Get a hold of Yoris. Yoris is helping me.
Yep. So everybody get a hold of Yoris.
So if you want to talk to Yoris or can get a hold of Yoris, before you can get a hold of me, please get a hold of Yoris. That's great. Thank you.
Oh, God. Thanks, Jinxie. This was informational. I loved it.
All right. Well, I guess that's all I have. Do you guys have anything you guys want to add to the segment?
Not that, well, just to make an announcement that Dark Side will be with me on Tuesday for.
Oh yes, everybody come and watch Dark Side 2 p.m. on Checking Convictions channel on April 5th. We're gonna have Dark Side on there. It's gonna be our first. And we're so
first
excited.
again. Here we go. Chalk it up. Ting ting.
Yes. No, we're gonna be promoting that. Yep. Everybody wants to know who Bobby really is.
Yeah, that's fucking, oh my God.
Who is Bobby?
Why did you have to bring that up? Oh
I'm
my
sorry,
God.
I shouldn't, but it was just so funny because why even? I don't even know. Anyway,
you're about to start a whole new YouTube show.
Yeah.
No, let's not do that. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Well, it'll be exciting to talk to Bobby Dassey on Tuesday.
Yes, it will. And remember where you seen it.
Right.
How about you, Nosy? You got anything to announce?
Nope.
All right. Well, I guess I'll add Nosy's YouTube channel and checkings because I didn't do that today, so I forgot. So I'll add their channels and their Twitters into the description as well after the show. So anyway, you guys all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Thursday, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for helping me out.
Anytime, Jinxie.
All right. Bye.